If your cat meets you at the door, do you know what they're actually doing? Most people assume it's straightforward. My cat missed me, that's all. But that greeting is one of the most emotionally charged things your cat does throughout the entire day. And if you misread it, which nearly every owner does, without even knowing it, you're not just missing a sweet moment. You're missing a conversation your cat only has with you and nobody else. Let's break it down. 1. They're reading you before you say a single word. Have you ever noticed your cat behaves differently depending on what kind of day you've had? That's no coincidence. The moment you step through that door, your cat is already reading you. A study published in the journal Animal Cognition found that cats can tell apart human emotional expressions and actually shift their behavior based on what they detect. So when you arrive home stressed, frustrated, or anxious, your cat already knows before you've even set your bag down. And here's what makes this so fascinating. They don't just pick up on it, they respond to it. If you walk intense, some cats will hold back, not because they don't care, but because they're being cautious. Other cats will do the opposite and move closer, almost as if they're checking in on you. It all depends on the bond you've built. Think about that for a moment. Your cat is doing something most people in your life don't even bother to do. They're paying attention to how you actually feel, not how you say you feel. But this is just the beginning, because later in this video I'm going to explain why your cat specifically chose the door as the place to do all of this. So when you hear the reason, it's going to completely change how you see this whole moment. It goes much deeper than you'd expect to. They're rewriting your scent every single time. Ever wonder why your cat rubs their face against your legs the second you come in? Most people think it's simply their version of a hello, but what's really happening is far more deliberate than that. Your cat has scent glands along their cheeks, forehead, and the base of their tail. When they press up against you at the door, they're not just cuddling, they're marking you. You've been out in the world all day collecting smells from places. People, food, maybe even another animal. And to your cat, you come back smelling like a stranger. That rub is their way of correcting that. They're applying their own pheromones onto you to make you smell like home again, like you belong to their space. Researchers call this bunting, and it's one of the most intentional scent behaviors cats have. And here's what most owners miss. If you come home carrying the scent of another cat or dog, that greeting may be longer, more intense, more determined. They're not being needy. They're working harder to erase what doesn't belong and put their mark back on you. And hey, if your cat has been greeting you at the door this whole time and you're only now discovering what they were actually communicating, hit like and subscribe so we can reach more owners who never realized their cat was speaking a language they never learned to hear. 3. Some greetings are actually complaints. What if that adorable welcome at the door isn't really a greeting at all? I know that's hard to accept, but stay with me. Sometimes when your cat meets you at the door, they're not saying, "I missed you." They're saying, "Finally, you're home. Now take care of something." Honestly, once you learn to tell the difference, you'll never see that moment the same way. Here's what I mean. If your cat greets you and then immediately heads toward the kitchen, pauses, and looks back at you, that's not affection. That's an escort. They're literally guiding you to their food bowl, because in their mind, you being home means it's time to eat. And it's not only about food. Some cats will greet you at the door and lead you directly to the litter box because they've been waiting for you to deal with it. Others will meow continuously from the second you step inside. It's not because they missed your voice, but because their day has been dull, and you're the only entertainment that just arrived. A study from the University of Sussex found that cats have developed a specific kind of cry that blends a purr with a high-pitched meow, much like a baby's cry, specifically to get their owners to react faster. They figured out how to pull it, your instincts, and they use it the moment you walk in. So how do you tell a love greeting apart from a complaint? Watch what comes next. A cat that greets you and stays close, that's connection. A cat that greets you and leads you somewhere, that's a request. Both are valid, both are communication, but only one is what you think it is. 4, they've memorized your exact routine. Did you know your cat can hear your car pulling into the driveway before you even cut the engine? That might sound like an exaggeration, but it's actually supported by research. Cats can hear frequencies up to 64,000 hertz, nearly twice as high as what dogs can detect. So the sound of your specific vehicle, your footsteps on the pavement, even the way you pull your keys from your pocket, your cat has memorized every one of them. They're not waiting at the door by chance. They heard you coming several minutes ago. But it goes further than just sound. Cats are remarkably sensitive to patterns. They learn what time you wake up, what time you leave, and almost, down to the minute, what time you return. Their internal clock is so precise that researchers at the University of Liverpool found that cats show heightened activity and restlessness right before their owner's usual arrival time. They're not just noticing you came home, they've been counting down. And here's the part that stays with me. When you're late, that greeting at the door is different. It's louder, more intense, sometimes almost frantic. Because for the past 20 or 30 minutes, your cat has been sitting with a quiet, lovable anxiety, wondering if the pattern broke, wondering if something was wrong. So when your cat is already positioned at the door before you even touch the handle, don't take that for granted. That means your cat has been thinking about you long before you ever walked in. 5. Your first 10 seconds, make or break it. What's the very first thing you do when you come through the door? Be honest. Most people kick off their shoes, glance at their phone, drop their bag, maybe call out to someone else in the house. And your cat is right there looking up at you, and you just walked straight past them. Here's why that matters more than most people realize. Cats are not like dogs.
Hi there.
They don't push for your attention a second time. When a cat shows up at that door, they're offering you a moment of connection on their own terms. And if you walk right past it, they register that. Not with anger, not with drama. They just quietly stop expecting anything from that moment. And this is what genuinely hurts to say. Over time, some cats stop showing up at the door entirely. Not because they stopped caring, but because they learned that moment leads nowhere. You come in distracted and they get nothing from it. So they let go of it before you do. But here's the good news. It takes almost no effort to get this right. 10 seconds. That's it. Yes. Crouch down, soften your energy, give them a calm acknowledgement, let them sniff your hand, rub against you, do their thing. You don't have to pick them up or make it a production. Just be present for the length of one slow breath, and that's enough. 6. You are their safe place, and they genuinely need you. Remember earlier when I said there's a deeper reason your cat chose the door and not the sofa, the bed, or anywhere else in the house? This is what I meant. The door is the most exposed point in your cat's entire territory. It's where the outside world enters. Every sound, every unfamiliar scent, every possible threat comes in through that single point. And your cat knows this better than anyone because they've been watching it all day while you were away. So when they sit at that exact spot waiting for you, they're not just being endearing. They're positioning themselves at the one place in their world where safety and danger intersect. And they're choosing to be there because you are what makes that spot feel safe again. Ethologists, scientists who study animal behavior, have discovered something significant about this. Many cats treat their owner as what's called a secure base. It's the same concept used to describe how a young child feels when their parent comes back into the room. Stress eases, cortisol drops, and the nervous system finally settles.
Ow.
Your cat is doing exactly the same thing. The moment you step through that door, their body chemistry literally shifts because you're home. So the next time you open that door and your cat is sitting there looking up at you, understand this. That's not a habit. It's not hunger. It's your cat telling you, in the only way they know how, that you are their calm in a world they don't entirely trust.
Ow!
And they've been waiting all day just to feel that again.